I'm going to pump out the vids here. So here's another idea, concept to try and filter out these small situations we have with the Renko on the right hand side. On the left hand side is just a 30-minute bar chart. This is crude oil, okay, and let's just go through the indicators. On the left hand side we have the Karma, the Kaufman adaptive moving average. We also have a CCI 20, we have an MACD, and we have this traders dynamic index. Okay, if you're not familiar with these, I have got videos down below, so just go back and check those out. So what I'm looking at is the 30-minute chart to provide direction or trend. However, even if you use the Karma, which way is trend? Well, it's in a range. Like that whole session was virtually in a range. So what do you do when that happens? Well, that's where you need to have these other indicators that may help you, I believe, at least try and pick a side. I mean, I can say, right, well, this bar here went long and then the next bar went short. I mean, what do you do? I mean, trading is not perfect, and these are the problems that we come across. And we need to practice these so we can visually just go, right, I know what's going on. So anyway, this is what I'm trying to do. It's just trying to filter out these little trades here, like there and there. I think that's it for there. I'm not too sure about that one. And maybe could even be that one. I don't know. We're going to find out. So I'm just going to I'll leave everything on here. So let's just start somewhere. Let's just start at the start of the UK session. What do we know on both charts? Well, coming in, we can see that on the Asian session, everything was down. And if we look at the 30-minute chart, I'm going to say everything's starting to point up. You know what I mean? So already we're in a situation as like, who was in control? So straight away, the 30-minute chart is the parent. The Renko linear reg chart is the child. So whatever the parent is doing, the child chart will just follow. So straight away I can see the CCI is pointing upwards, the MACD is curling up, and this traders dynamic index has crossed over this red line, and so straight away I'm going to say we're long going into the UK session. So where would I go long? Well, as soon as it probably crossed this moving average. I tell you what, let me just turn that off and let me just get the moving average of the linear reg. Okay, so now I would go long as soon as it's crossed over the linear reg moving average. Bang, we go there, and we get out when there's a change of anything being crossed. So I'm going to say I'd get out there. Now the market's gone short, so we don't know that yet. So we're looking at the left hand side chart. We can see that now here's the problem when you do back testing. I've mentioned this before. At what point did all these indicators start to turn over? Was it immediately, or was it at the end of that bar? This is the problem we have when we're doing back testing, because it's all influenced by these printed results. Because as far as we know, this still might have been going up, and then all of a sudden it's just turned down. So we have two indicators saying it's going down, and the MACD is still up. So what do you do? What do you do? Who do you follow? Well, the 30-minute we're trying to find direction. I'm going to say I have no idea, because two of the indicators are saying down and one is saying up. So straight away, no trade. Okay, so for 30 minutes we've just done nothing. And of course we come into the next 30-minute bar. Nothing's happened here by the looks of it, and then this next bar you can see everything started to turn up. So I would assume that's a long. So the market is long, and based on the Kaufman, that's also saying we're long, although it's dead flat. Okay, now we have this next turnaround. What do we do? So round about here the market's starting to turn around. Yet again with the indicators, I have no idea at what point. I can see the TDI turned over here, I can see the CCI turned over, and this is one of the biggest issues with the MACD. It's so friggin' late with everything. However, we can see that the histograms have changed colour, so do you know what? The thing is turning down. So I'm going to take a punt and say it was short around about there. And guess what? The market turned around again. So what do? We go long. As you can see here, the market stayed long. The 30-minute held the trend, and on the Renko side of things, you can see there was this pullback here. I would have got out anyway. I would have got up to at least all up to 30. I would have put a stop around about probably 25 cents. And if it broke my stop, okay, that's fine. I made 25, and I'll wait until the market can find its new direction, which it did when price came back up here. And of course we would have gone up here. You can see it's topping out and it's starting to come back down. What would I be doing? I probably would put a stop again at 20 cents, and if it broke through it, at least I've booked in 20 cents. And now it's going up again, but what I'm looking at is the turning over of this moving average on the right hand side, and also the CCI never made new highs. See here? So we actually have divergence going on. It's really important divergence to watch. You can see that's going down and that's making new highs. So that's an alert that there's a potential reversal, and to just be ready. You know, you could put a sell limit order down here somewhere and try and catch it if it moves really quickly. And of course the market did turn around. At what point on that 30-minute chart that it gave us the direction to go short, I don't know. And this is the problem with the longer term charts, because these indicators are going to take a lot longer. I would say it would have told us, well, you know what, I don't know at what point. I would say here, probably here would have been our entry to go short. This is why you have to do this live. Yeah. So as soon as these indicators started to turn over and you can see that this is moving, of course we take the short. Now look, it's easy to sit here with printed results and have these fantastic wins. Live, this probably wouldn't have happened. And I only scalp for 20-cent bites of oil, and I like to try and get 3 of those a day if I can. If I can't, I can't. Some days I just aim for 20 cents. I might have 3 losses in a row and I'm down 60, and I'll just keep trading until I get to hopefully 20 cents. Okay? It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. There are some days where the market is just so bad that no matter what I do, it always goes against me. So, and that's just the nature of trading. It just really is. You know, you might enter into, you know, these situations here where it's just, I'll go short, it goes up, it goes short, it goes up. It's just never ending. You know, it's and you just can't pick it. But you need to play this game where the most liquidity is, and it's always going to be the USA session, always. You know. Anyway, so that's another idea, concept of using a 30-minute chart which holds the trend longer, and hopefully, you know, everything works out for you. Just go and back test this. You know, as I say, these are just concepts and ideas that may or may not work. You don't have to even use any of these ideas or concepts that I'm looking at. Virtually all these indicators are going to do the same thing. They're going to swing with price up and swing with price down. It just depends which one you like to use the most. It's as simple as that. I can tell you the MACD is the laggiest. Okay, the CCI is pretty much it's very fast. However, that can still, you know, cause you trouble because it's all bar related and price related. The TDI is very good, but at the same time, it's just an RSI. That's all this thing is. It's just 2 RSIs and a moving average. Okay. All right. Catch you later.